Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel, VXM. We are going to replace the clutch on the car today. And let me explain to you what happened. So we're getting ready to leave to go to another track and do some more testing. And something came up, couldn't go. And then it started raining and you're like, dang, I'm gonna show you a little clip of something else. I'll make your day maybe. But anyway, here's what we're doing. Let me turn this around. So what do you do when you're a kid? Remember them days when it's really windy out? It's so windy it wakes you up in the middle of the night. You come out and the trees are like them blowing like crazy. You get your kite out. Some tropical storm coming in or something. So Josh decided to go dig out a kite. Annalisa's gonna be upset when she comes home and you were flying a kite and she wasn't. Get her to do it later. It's supposed to be like windy like this all day. There it goes. Nope. I think he's in the middle of all the trees and the wind is just blowing in every direction. The kite won't go up. The last time we were at the track, we up at Lebanon Valley. I came back, I checked the clutch again. I took another 10 thousandths up to make the to bring this back to the 702 it's supposed to be at. So I started thinking about it. I'm thinking, man, I think that's the third time I already checked that. So what happens is the more you bring that in, this is a spare disc. The more you bring that in, that means the material's coming off. Well, when I took the pan down, there was a lot of brake dust in here. And another thing I noticed was when we were at the track, it sounded like it was all one gear. And I was attributing that to black tracking and slipping, the wheels slipping, the tires slipping. So the more I thought about it and then I started thinking about it more and more, I'm thinking, let me call Rick up. So Rick is the clutch guy up at Bonifante. I was explaining to him what was going on. And he said, did you lose mile an hour? I said, yeah, actually I did. I said it went the fastest it went, but it did lose mile an hour, which didn't make any sense to me at first, but I'm thinking, okay, it was tire slippage. So he said, well, you're probably at the point where you're slipping too much, and now you're starting to wear the clutch out. So I go back in here to check, and that's the clutch right there, right? See how it's beveled on one side? Let me see if I can. So right here, look right there when I take my finger away. See how it's beveled on one side? Towards this blue, and then towards this other side, it's really not beveled anymore. So let me show you on this one. So if you look at this one, see if you can see it. See how much that's beveled right there? There's probably 50 to 60 thousandths more meat on this one than that one. So we're gonna put a clutch in it. Not that bad a deal to do. I just gotta take the floor back out. I wish I had saw this before. But hey, better than going all the way down to where we were going and then have the clutch slip and then having to do it on the ground at the track, which we could do that also with the Pro Jacks, and then the way this car's set up, it ain't a big deal to do it. The transmission doesn't even have to come out of the car, it just slides back. But it's a lot easier to do here on the lift, standing up. All right, so stay with us. That's what we're doing today. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the channel. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. And we are going to basically give something away at 1,000. I have something in mind to give you. So 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna do another giveaway. All right, so we're gonna do a couple things. I'll run this quick by you. I'm gonna take the dry shaft out, take the floor off, take the dry shaft, just pull it back and out, put a plug in the back of the tranny, undo the tunnel, which everything is basically snapped together. It's pretty quick. All right, keep your eyes open. Okay, so the dry shaft's out of the way, tunnel's out of the way. I just unclips with these clips. All right. Put a plug in the back of the tranny. Next thing to do is basically unplug these plugs, unhook the parachute cable, and then start unbolting the tranny. So it's nice because you could do everything from here. The tranny's on these racks. They made these so that they could just slide the tranny back. You don't even have to lift it or nothing. It just slides right back. And then we'll just take the rest of it out. I gotta undo the starter, undo all the bolts around there, take this other plate off where the hydraulic lines come through. It's a lot of stuff, but I made it so it all comes apart. All right, so got the bolts out of the, 2 bolts out of the slider, which is basically the rear or the mount of the tranny. I got the 4 bolts out of the transmission to the bell housing. Dry shaft's out. I don't have to take the cable off the parachute because the tranny's not coming out of the car. We were taking the tranny out of the car, then I have to do that. So basically, you don't have to take the fluid out or nothing, and just slide it back. That's it. That's simple. Just like that. Don't have to touch nothing. It's awesome. So now I can take the enough room, enough slack with the cables, and all I gotta do now is just get the bell housing off. The bell housing slides down, and that's it. Change the clutch. So basically, the tranny just slides back. Clutch, bell housing left behind. The throwout bearing actually slides onto here. The throwout bearing just slides onto the candle there. And it just lays back in there. When you take the clutch out, that bearing will fit through that hole that I made there with the cover on it, and it'll slide out. Then you can take the bell housing completely out, or you could just lay the bell housing back up into the car and not even have to take that out. But I'm gonna take it out and clean it and then put it back. All right, so next I'm gonna do is take all the bolts from around the bell housing off, the starter, drop the bell housing down. Okay, so thickness wise, we're at 325, right? So, but you can see how discolored it got. And we got some flakage going on in a few spots. we're gonna change this out. Put this other disc in it. This disc got plenty of meat left on it. This will get us through the rest of the season, no problem. And we're gonna DA this down, clean this, clean the other surface, put it all back together. I do have another spare, right, complete, but I'm not gonna put that in. Let's take that with us to the track in case we need parts or replace it. But we're gonna just change the disc out. Should be fine. So that'll get us through the season again. The rest of the couple of tracks racers we're gonna go to. I'm definitely gonna add probably another gram of weight or more. Now that we're gonna start turning it up a little bit, probably gonna make it worse, but turn it up. But let's turn up the weights. All right, so clean this up, get all this sintered iron disc dust everywhere. We'll get all that cleaned up, DA it all down, clean up all the edges. Hit it with a DA with some 100 grit real quick, clean it up, get all the burn marks out of it. All right, so we got that cleaned up. We're gonna put a new disc on there. Got the inside here cleaned up, cleaned the inside of the bell housing all out. Got everything all nice, ready to go. And gotta reset this. So I'll show you on this other one how it works. So basically you just saw that. You got the flywheel, there's a steel plate, facing plate, then you got the disc, another facing plate, the clutch cover, and then the pressure plate. Pressure plate has springs in it, counterweights is what you put the weights on. All right, so that's what that thing looks like. 10-inch clutch. The disc is sprung loaded. It gives it a little easier on the launch where it's not as harsh. All right, so that fits nice. And then those are the pedestals that we adjust. They go up against the flywheel, and then when you turn them like that, they turn, and it sets the height. All right, so we got to reset the height. Same thing, 720. 702 goes to. So this one is 348 thousandths thick. This one's less than. This one's like 300. I think I just 30 something. All right. So, and they started at 365. So this one had a few passes on it, and then we redid everything, put a new, fresh everything, and I kept this one as a spare. So we're gonna put that one in, finish the season out with that, and then put the whole other setup in it if we need it, and then send this one out and get this one refreshened up. So we got the disc and the clutch and the hat back on. Nice clean, goes right in. We left the weights the same. I'm gonna change those. I'm gonna change that out. And then we take the gauge and check for our depth. If you can see that. All right, let's see. Do it on this one. You can see it. It's still 10 thousandths off, right? So now we just got to move that was just an initial thing. I just put it where I thought it was going to end up close. So now we just got to turn the pedestals one notch. Every notch is about 10 thousandths, give or take. So I'm going to move them, and then we'll check it again. All right, so we got all these set. They're all within spec. Where is it? Like that. They're all like that. So we're good to go. All right. That's good. Put the bearing back in place. Put the bell housing back on and reverse it all. Put it all back together. Okay. All right.
All done.
So we're all done, pretty much. Just putting the covers back on. Check the clearance on the clutch. Check the air gap on the clutch. Change the counterweights. All right. Put the new disc in it. Everything lined up right. As you can see, the tranny goes right back in, nice and easy. A lot different than trying to do it with like in a regular car that's got a regular floor in it. It's like crazy because you gotta take cross members out and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it ain't too bad to do on this one. All right, well, that's it for today. We're gonna go watch Johnny's soccer game now. I'll finish this up later. All right, have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're almost there.